today makes a better tomorrow. Once upon a time in a remote village in Africa, surrounded by majestic mountains and whispering winds, lived a man named Kwesi. He was a tyrant in his own home, ruling with an iron fist. His wife, Oma, bore the brunt of his cruelty. She was a gentle soul, full of love and kindness, but Kwesi's harsh treatment took a toll on her. Kwesi maltreated Oma, blaming her for everything that went wrong. He belittled her, denied her affection, and burdened her with endless chores. Oma's health began to deteriorate under the weight of her husband's cruelty. Despite her frail condition, she continued to care for their 6 children, hoping to shield them from their father's wrath. Oma's health finally gave way, and she passed away, leaving the children devastated. Kwesi, however, showed no signs of remorse. Instead, he became even more tyrannical. He forced his children to work tirelessly, offering no kindness or compassion. He silenced their cries and stifled their hopes with threats and punishment. The eldest son, Kofi, eventually ran away, unable to bear the torment any longer. He wandered from village to village, trying to find work and a sense of peace. Efua, the eldest daughter, stayed behind, hoping to protect her younger siblings, but her spirit was crushed under the weight of their father's cruelty. The other children, too, suffered in silence, each one dreaming of escape. As the years passed, Kwesi's children scattered. Some ran away, some stayed, but none of them thrived. Without the nurturing love of their mother and the oppressive rule of their father, they struggled to find their place in the world. They lacked education, skills, and the emotional strength to overcome their past. Kwesi, now an old man, found himself alone and frail. His health was failing, and his body was weakened by years of anger and bitterness. He looked around his empty home, haunted by the ghosts of his past. The children he had enslaved and tortured were nowhere to be found. The woman he had chased after had long gone, leaving him in solitude. Desperation drove Kwesi to seek out his children, hoping they would forgive him and help him in his old age. He visited each one, but his encounters were filled with regret and sorrow. Kofi, now a drifter, could barely take care of himself. Efua, working in a distant village, had little to offer. The other children, too, were struggling, unable to rise above the shadows of their childhood. Kwesi realized that his choices had led to his misery. He had neglected and maltreated the very people who could have been his source of comfort in his old age. The village elders, once wary of him, now looked at him with a mix of pity and disdain. One day, as Kwesi sat under the shade of a baobab tree, an old friend, Nanayo, the village storyteller, approached him. Nanayo listened to Kwesi's tale of regret and nodded thoughtfully. He then spoke, his voice filled with wisdom. Kwesi, our actions today shape our tomorrow. You chose cruelty and neglect, and now you face the consequences. It is never too late to seek forgiveness and make amends. Share your story with others so they may learn from your mistakes. Teach the young ones the importance of love, respect, and kindness. Kwesi took Nanayo's words to heart. He began to share his story with the villagers, warning them of the consequences of cruelty and neglect. He told them that while it was too late to change his past, it was not too late for others to learn from his mistakes. The villagers listened, and Kwesi's story became a cautionary tale for all. Parents began to treat their families with more kindness and respect, understanding the long-lasting impact of their actions. The bond between families grew stronger, and the village prospered. Kwesi, though still frail and filled with regret, found a sense of purpose in knowing that his story had made a difference. His children, though unable to provide for him financially, began to visit him, offering him companionship and forgiveness. They shared stories, laughter, and memories, slowly rebuilding the family bonds that had once been broken. In the end, Kwesi learned that while he could not change the past, he could still impact the future. His tale became a beacon of hope, reminding everyone that today makes a better tomorrow.